Okay, people ask me all the time, how do you build a $100 million company? I want to share with you guys today the number one core value in our entire company, the biggest thing I ever learned from my dad, and hopefully inspires you. So almost exactly 2 weeks ago, my dad passed away, and I want to share with everybody in his memory the greatest life lesson that I learned from my father, and it's the power of intensity and the power that intensity makes on your life. And whether you want to call it intensity, passion, desire, the will to win, whatever the verbiage you want to use, it's that whatever your hand finds to do it with all your might and play with intensity and play with passion. And it's something my dad taught me at a really, really young age, and it carried with me my whole life. People ask me all the time. I'll be asked to speak to other entrepreneurs and other business people, how we built a $100 million company and how we did it so quickly. And a lot of it comes back to intensity. Intensity is our number one core value in our entire company. It's the backbone of how we became successful. I think it's one of the instrumental things for any entrepreneur, any parent, anybody who wants to be successful in life, any athlete. It comes down to that. And the story I want to share, for parents, for entrepreneurs, for athletes, it applies to all of you. And it's when I was really young, I remember being 12 years old playing baseball, and there was a big game at the end of the year, and the team that won got to go into the playoffs, and the team that lost wouldn't. And that game we actually ended up losing. And I remember sitting on the bench crying, and my heart was just broken. We lost the game. I really wanted to go to playoffs, and I was really bummed out. And so many parents came up to me and they said, "They're like, Jeremy, you don't need to cry. It's just a game. You're out here for fun, and it doesn't matter if you guys win or lose. You're just out here to have fun. That's what it's all about." And my dad came up to me at the very end of the game, and I'll never forget it. And he said to me that it's completely inaccurate what they said, that in life it does matter, and that you should play with passion and you should play with intensity. And the fact that you're crying right now, it's a good thing. It means you want to win, and that you're passionate, and that you need to get better. And the team needs to go back and practice more. And next season, if you guys do the right things, you'll be the team that makes the playoffs. And that always stuck with me, that it's okay, because so many times now in our culture with this cancel culture and with like the snowflake generation, just how so many kids are soft. They hand out trophies to everybody. Whatever you do, it's great. It's just completely inaccurate, and that's just not how the business world works. Like, the business world does not reward everybody. They only reward the winners, and that's what my dad taught me. And the irony is that my dad was such a competitive coach the next season, so passionate, so competitive, that they actually kicked him out of the league. They did not allow him to be a coach any longer, because they said that it's all about, the league thought it was all about fun, and it's a recreation league. It's for fun and not competitiveness. And he totally disagreed. He said, we're forming people later in life that they should want to compete. They should want to be passionate. And it's not, even if you lose games, it's not a big deal if you lose, but you should want to get better. You should have that desire to get better. And I just see that that's not the culture we have now, and that's not the culture even back then that was promoted. And that will to win translated to me in business. And my dad always told me, he's like, you're going to be more successful than all the other kids on your team. And the irony is, he kind of jokes, like, later in life, not only did you beat all the kids on your team, you probably beat that whole league, in terms of just, and that's not bragging, like, you made more money than every kid in that league, or you're more successful, but the principles and the things that he programmed to me did make a big, big difference. And it does. I think it's so true for every entrepreneur. There's hard times, and you learn to push through them. And if you really want to win, and you want to prove, what you're capable of doing, you want your company to do well, you want your kids to do well, it's so important. When my son, last year when he in gymnastics, he had a real similar situation. He was in a state championships, and he didn't do that well. And after, he was at the end crying. And I came up to him, I just said, "Hey, it's great that you're crying. Like, I'm proud that you're crying." And he was kind of shocked, like, "What? Why would you be proud that I'm crying?" It's just because you want to win. Like, you're passionate, And I think that's so important. Like being competitive is a good thing, and it's not a bad thing in life. You should want to be competitive. You should want to do well, and don't let people tell you anything different. So I want to share that message with you guys. Whatever you find to do, whatever your vision is, be passionate about it. Be motivated. Have intensity. And I want my dad's memory to live on. It was something that it meant a lot to me. It made a dramatic difference in my life and in my success. And I'm so glad that at an early age he programmed me to be competitive, to want to win, and to be passionate. And that is what makes a big difference. I think it's probably if I had to pick like the top 2 or 3 things that if I reverse engineer life on how our business was successful and how I did well in life, that would be one of the top 2 or 3 things in my whole life. It's very, very instrumental. So hopefully that's something that you can take to heart, you can apply it, and be passionate, have that will to win, have desire, have intensity. And Don Perkins, we'll miss you, man. You're the greatest dad. And I know you're in heaven, and I love you. So hopefully people learn from that and that his memory lives on. Thanks.